Hey there. Hi there, Mecca. How are you? Hola, buenos dias or buenas noches. Hey everybody, that's right, Friday fun. Hey there, friends. Excellent. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to really get going in just about a minute or so, see if there's anyone else going to come. But today we're going to be doing a group reading. Hey, Mary. Today we're going to be doing a group reading. So this is going to be a general reading at the end of the day because when I do a reading for everybody, I can't exactly go into really, really big detail. Hey, Cheryl. And so I'm going to do the very best I can for you here. But the subject that I think that we should look at is healing, okay? And I know we talk about healing in a lot of ways, but I think what's really important here, hey, Peter, is we're coming out of retrograde, okay? And, you know, I'm not an astrologer, so I'm not going to go into the details of retrograde or try to because there's others that can do that better. But the point being is we are all really going to the point where we've all come out of some hard things. Now, it doesn't mean that the stuff that we're going through right now is necessarily over or anything like that. But I think a lot of us in the last few weeks, and I'm going to even dare to say the last couple months for some of us, have been going through some real ups and downs. So now that a lot of this maybe big hump might be over, a lot of us feel like we're kind of just coming down and maybe going into recovery mode a little bit. And that's why I think like we really need to talk about healing today. And that's what I wanted today's group reading to really be about. So what I think we should do for the healing aspects, I think that we should go to the medicine wheel. Anyone who knows me and has done readings with me knows how connected I am with the animals and with nature. And the way that I think that maybe we should approach this is how can we all help ourselves at this point in terms of healing? What can we do to learn the lessons that we needed to learn and how to help ourselves, okay? How's that sound? Does it work for everybody? And then what I will do after we do this group healing with little kittens and everything, what I will do after the group reading is we'll start to take individual questions and see if anybody has any burning questions that they need to know, okay? Yes, okay, good stuff. All right. Try to have not too many kitty interruptions, but I can't promise anything because at the end of the day, hey, we're connected to the animals, right? So if they're showing up for beautiful energy, we gotta let it happen, right? Okay, my friends, so we're gonna take a second and just call in the 4 directions for assistance here. Connecting with the powers of the East. Calling in the eagle and the great hawk. And calling in the directions of the south. Spirit of water, trust in flowing, and the great deer pathfinder. Calling in the west direction, the physical realm, introspection of the dream lodge and the great crow and the great fox. And we're going to call in the north direction as well, the spirit of air, of wisdom, clarity, and discernment. And we're going to call in all there is above and all there is below to ensure that all work done and all messages done today is not only in my best good, but also in yours. Okay, friends. So let's go to the bear cave. So what are we going to do here in the bear cave? At the end of the day, we're going to do 4 cards because I'm not going to do a big giant spread for general for everybody there. Hey there. So what I'm going to do is we're going to talk about you, like I said, and how you can help with your own problems. How do we get over these things and what lessons really need to be learned? So number 1, how has your attitude contributed to the problems that you've seen in the last little while, okay? How has our attitudes contributed? Everybody watching, what do they need to know right now? Okay, so this is kind of interesting, but I think you're going to understand why. How have you contributed to your own problem? butterfly. Okay, now butterfly energy, I mean, even if you just look at this, it's all beauty, it's all love, it's happiness and rainbows, okay? So how have you contributed to this problem? Have you really looked at the problem in the past with honest eyes in the way that you really needed to? Did you spend a little bit more time with your head in the clouds and not really focusing on some of the problems that were at your doorstep? Did you really kind of go, it's okay, it can wait for a bit, anything like that, okay? So yes, it's lovely to be happy, positive, to go have fun and everything like that, but at the end of the day, we also have to see, is this too much? Is it out of balance? And are there other things on our plate out of balance as a result of this? Does that make sense, my friends? Okay, on how we've contributed to some of our problems that we've seen in the last little while? Okay, so let's continue. What do you need? What do you need right now? Because we're all coming down out of retrograde, like I really briefly talked about, okay? So what do we need to feel better for you physically and emotionally? Of course. Now this is kind of interesting too, because there's kind of a lot of similarities going on here. Hummingbird, okay? Hummingbird energy, actually very similar to butterfly, but it's kind of different right now, okay? Because here when we were talking about butterfly, we're talking kind of head up in the clouds, oh, everything's lovely, beautiful, everything is sunshine and roses, and maybe not looking at the real deal necessarily. Hummingbird is more on point. Hummingbird is more direct, and let's just say more detailed and refined. Hummingbird is all about beautiful, high vibrational energy. I mean, think about those wings beating how many times a minute? I don't even know, right? But what they're saying is it's time really for action now. It's time to keep being happy like we were doing in the past, but maybe let's just be more focused and kind of focus on the task at hand, because hummingbirds are certainly little busy bees, we'll say, if you've ever seen them go. They're just nuts, right? And look at how they can wield the wind. Maybe you can't see, but on this beautiful shield up here, this is a hummingbird, okay? Wielding the directions of the air quality, air in the mind, because that's the element in the north, the air, the mind, okay? So not only just being happy, but also focusing in the mind on the tasks at hand, but trying to do it in positive ways. That's how you're gonna help heal right now. Make sense? Make sense, friends? Yes? Okay, let's keep going, all right? So what gifts are you going to need to help yourself to move on and to heal, okay? Cougar, ooh, I love it, my friends. Okay, Cougar energy is fantastic. Look at this. Look at the strength coming through in this card as well. And backed by the sun here, you'll see two of our spirit animals working in sync, the Cougar and the Eagle. So what does this mean at the end of the day for gifts for your healing? Friends, we have to remember, you are the one in charge. If you were up to face with a cougar, would you be ready for battle? I don't think so, because the cougar is going to stand ground, okay? They're gonna hold their space and they're gonna say, this is where I'm drawing the line, this is me taking charge, and this is what I'm gonna do moving forward, okay? Make sense? Yes. So Cougar also, when we look at this combined, when we're talking about the gifts for our healing, think about the eagle's qualities and properties and what their medicine when this shows up at the same time. Eagle is long distance viewing. Eagle is also the highest flyer that helps take our prayers up to the Creator so that they can be heard and answered. So my friends, think long term. Now that we've had a chance to look at how we can improve our situation, and this is what we need for healing, use the qualities of the eagle as well. Use your long distance viewing to visualize what it is that you want for yourself now that the dust is starting to settle, and use your prayers and send them on the wings of the eagle up to the Creator so they can be heard. Use your mind, use your strength, use your vision, and use your prayer, my friends. This is your gifts in order to heal from what you've been going through. Now, what is the lesson at the end of the day? We've been through these hard times, all of us. What is the lesson that we were supposed to gain? Thank you. I'm glad this makes sense for you. What's the lesson? Didn't we kind of just say it? Hawk energy. Another one of the beautiful wingeds who fly high to take our prayers to the Creator. Another one that has the long distance view, okay? But what is this one, and how does the hawk medicine kind of differentiate from the eagle in that way? I'm going to talk about eyesight and I'm going to talk about detail, because if we think about the hawk, they're a little bit more swift. Now, it's not saying that they're faster, stronger per se, okay? The eagle takes their time. They scout, and a hawk does too, but they kind of take their time in a more spiritual way. This is more physical realm. So what this says is, if in the beginning, when we were all just happy sunshine and rainbows and not paying attention to some of the red flags that are in front of us, if next time we keep a keener eye, right, then maybe we can avoid some of the issues, or maybe address them as they come up, so that it doesn't become like this runaway train with you not keeping your eye on the prize and only maybe keeping it on what's working for yourself. Does this make sense, friends? That's your spirit animal? Awesome. Awesome. Does this help, my friends? Good stuff. Okay, so done just that quick reading for everybody. I hope all of that makes sense for you. So what can I help you with, my friends? Let me know. I'm gonna take a drink and you guys let me know. Because if nobody has any questions, I'm gonna do something else. Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna do something else then. What does everybody need right now? Messages of strength. Okay, let's see. If we're gonna go for strength, we're gonna talk to Michael. Ooh, and lovely news, my friends. I just wanted to tell you. Okay, I see that, Jen. Okay. Just wanted to say thank you to anybody who signed up for my mediumship group, because it is already sold out. So thank you so much to everybody who's coming on September 28th to the mediumship group. It's gonna be so fun. If you missed it and you wanted to sign up, don't worry, there is gonna be another one in December, on December 14th at Earthworks in Brampton, okay? Okay, let's see. All right. So, Jen, I see your question. What I'm gonna say to you, or I'm gonna ask, is, has anything changed since we talked? All right, and then I'm gonna come back to you. Okay. Okay. Ooh, yeah. Okay, we're gonna stay with Jen. No, this is what you need. So, for Jen, the East Coast, what messages of strength does she need right now? Okay. It's interesting that I asked you, has anything changed since the last time we talked, okay? And I'm not going to go into any details about that or what happened in the past live reading, okay? But prayer will help this situation. So here's what the prayer says. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to use the prayer, okay? Dear God and Archangel Michael, I ask for your divine intervention. I welcome your help and I trust and follow your guidance with gratitude and grace. I need a miracle, and I ask that you send one to me in this situation quickly. Thank you, and amen. Okay, so I think where you're concerned is really with the relationship piece that you were talking about before, and what this card is telling me is a lot of things are really out of your hands here, okay? Now, does prayer help? Absolutely, prayer helps, because when you carry that vibration and what you want to see, you call it to you. You're the one helping to make the wheels turn. But when you're talking about another individual as well, you also cannot override anybody's free will. You can want, you can pray, you can do everything. The person might even know what they're supposed to do, but that doesn't mean that they're going to take the action and do it, okay? So what you can do at this point, I think, is do your best to clear your mind and to kind of keep everything at even keel. Be peaceful with yourself. And when you're the one bringing out that lovely prayer and holding the space of what you want to see, my friend, you're doing all that you can do. There is another party involved here that also needs to be responsible for the things that have happened and for the progress that needs to be made. So make sure that you're not putting the responsibility of all of this just on your lap, because it really isn't on all of your lap. And it wasn't, it's not about who started it, but sorry, my friends, it's not about who started it. It's not about who started it, but it's kind of about where are we at now and how do we fix it, and more than one is required, okay? I hope that helps. Hey there, friends. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to try to get back to the questions. Give me 1 second here. Bear with me, friends. Okay. that. Okay, Ashley, let me come back to you. What does Ashley need? I'm gonna go here for you as well. But I think I have something else for you too. Hold on. Ashley. Any messages for Ashley right now? Okay. So, I don't know what's going on in the situation, okay? And I'm not gonna ask, but let me just think here for a second. Okay, I think that there's somebody that maybe you're calling on for resources and support here, okay? I'm gonna leave it in that bucket, but I feel like the key word for you is resources. And what I get from this person that you are asking about is trustworthy, okay? Now, when it comes to this card, it's coming from Archangel Michael, so this is very pure energy. But something to understand about this card specifically is you might even know the messages from this person is coming, or it makes sense, or everything seems to be in place, but it might not be delivered in the way that makes sense to you, or in the way that really kind of goes, oh yeah, this is wonderful. Something feels a little off, and lots of times we have to follow our gut instinct, okay? But at the other side of things, other people don't always deliver. Other people are human as well, and some of us are really in tune with their senses, and some of us are not as in tune, okay? But clear and direct message there, the person that you're thinking of in this regard, and I think there's resources and support in the next little while coming up for you in this regard. Trust the individuals coming to help, my friend, okay? I hope that helps. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, Mary. What do you need for Mary? Whoa, okay. I don't know if you saw that, but totally just flew right out of the deck, okay? So, when it comes to you, Mary, we need to look at dream time and creation, okay? You are at the point where a lot of stuff has really... There's a lot of interesting stuff that's come up for you, but there's some decisions that need to be made in terms of what direction am I going. But because there's been so much coming at you at once, it's really difficult to kind of pick and choose what are all of these things, okay? The keyword for you, I really think, is balance at this point, okay? We can't think of everything. We can't do it all in one shot, okay? So I think that this card is really speaking to you in the terms of, see this gentleman here, this Aboriginal gentleman, standing on one leg. When we're standing on one leg, poised, this gentleman here, you might not be able to see with the card, it's really difficult, but we have all sorts of ancestors surround here supporting us, all sorts of energies that we can wield and we can create from either a crown chakra, from our energy systems and our throat, everything that we can create here. So I think a lot of this for you is to slow down and take it easy, and then you will be able to do a little bit better in terms of progress and moving the needle, okay? Does that make sense for you? Let me know, okay? Okay. Okay, Teresa. So something that's just coming to me for you, Teresa. I don't know what kind of movement is going on in the family side for you right now. I don't know if people are coming in and people are moving out, but I also see activity, like specifically people coming in, okay? I don't know if there's going to be some new energy showing up on the scene in lovely, beautiful little ways, okay? I hope you understand that message. Okay, what can we see coming from this? With the new things coming for Teresa. And some of this I don't know if all of it has really come out to be seen yet, okay? There's some new stuff that is going to be coming forward for you, and I don't think that we see it all. I think we've heard some tidbits of information and you're getting inklings of changes coming in. Again, this is family stuff, okay? I don't think that you've seen all the changes happen that are going to yet happen, and I think there's going to be some good news. Let me just see what they have to say for Teresa. This. Okay. Wow. Huh. Did you see that? Big flip, okay? Didn't I kind of say that you haven't heard everything yet? Okay, so iceberg and submerge. So this does mean exactly that. It means there's more information to come, right? The idea of what we can see what's above the surface, but we don't see the bigger picture that's underneath, okay? So there is more information coming. I do feel that this is going to be some good news that's coming your way as well. Now, typically, this card can also talk about, let's just say, people not being truthful. I don't necessarily mean like we're talking skeletons in the closet, nothing like that, okay? But with regards to one of the other individuals involved in this, they are not necessarily as confident in where their standing is, and that's why they might be holding back a little bit, okay? But there isn't any bad intention or anything going on. I do think this is leading to good news, okay, in the family side. Okay? Okay. Mecca. Okay. Okay, let me just go down here. Give me 1 second. You're welcome, Jen. Mary, it makes sense. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Hey, Jane. Okay. All right. I'm going to do this really quickly here. Your favorite guy friend. Okay. All right. What's going on for these two? What do our hearts say? How see you? Okay, so how you see them. Lake and stillness. I can understand why you feel like they're kind of pulling away a bit, okay? Everything used to be lovely, beautiful, and it still really is. There isn't like horrible changes or anything like that, but there's less action, okay? This boat's parked at the dock. We're not moving here, okay? What do they see in you? Okay. I feel like where the two of you are concerned, I'm not sure that this individual looking at you is, let's just say, lotus flower and unfoldment. They kind of feel like, is she with me? Is she not with me? She pulling away from me? How long, like, where are we really going here? What's the big picture? He's kind of waiting for you in a way to kind of lead, okay? So maybe also look at the same time of what you're bringing, okay? But let's just keep going, right? But if you can, for instance, sometimes give someone a little bit of the cold shoulder, and not even like cold shoulder that you've done it, but if you're not giving them the attention that they want to see, they're going to be questioning you at the same time. There might be some mixed messages going on here between you, okay? Okay, so all at the end of the day, for you, what do you want to see here? Ancestors and generations, you just want to see change. There was patterns before in the relationship and how things worked, but with the snake going through it, there's changes that are required because the snake is the one that sheds the skin and moves forward in a different version of themselves, okay? So you do want to just kind of keep with the old patterns as well, okay? But maybe with some of the stuff that you guys have been doing has been maybe not being on the same page anymore, and you're feeling off of the normal habit, kind of like what you're alluding to there. Okay, so what are they doing at the end of the day with this relationship going on? They're looking at the big picture. Why? Because maybe they're not getting clear messages, okay? They're trying to figure out what is there for you, what is there for me, and are we in this together, okay? Where are we now? Just like everybody else, my friend, the vibrations in the universe speak for everybody. Rain and purification, trying to get rid of the stuff, the emotional stuff that we've been holding on to, okay? So what about you? Okay, you're slowing down as well. You're kind of reflecting and looking at all of this and saying, is this right? Is this making sense? Him? Power struggle. I'm not sure what I want to do, okay? We really need to get to the like really the core of this for both of you guys, because if we're having some power cards like this show up, it's really showing me that someone's standing their ground, and there's a reason why this person is standing their ground, and I feel it's mixed messages. So I think you really need to clear the air where this is concerned. And at the end of the day, my dear, if you clear the air and things still go in a different way, it's the way it's supposed to go. How do we think it's going to go though? Things are good, you know, things are still good. We're moving in a good direction at the same time. It started off well. There's always been this good feeling and everything, but like I said, there might be some mixed messages going on about what's in the current situation. Just reach out, make sure everything's good, clear the air, and I think you'll be able to move forward in happiness, okay? I hope that helps. Hey, Anella. Okay. Okay. So Anella, just one thing that I want to say before I even pull any cards or anything like that. I feel like you are considering books right now. And what I mean by that, you might be looking to expand your mind in terms of skills, knowledge, and ability, whether it's in the current career that you're in, whether it's trying to learn about different things in spirituality, for example, okay? I feel like you're really pushing your own boundaries and really trying to take your own skills to the next level and like almost preparing a toolkit for yourself, okay? But we're kind of trying to figure out, how do I do this? How do I do this? And what are some of the things I need to build on? I feel like that's what you're doing right now, okay? I don't know if that makes sense to you. I feel like you're looking at the things, I want to say you're doing good work. I feel like you're looking at the things that are really difficult for you and trying to overcome these hard bridges of what's going on. Does that make sense? Okay, what does Anella need? Okay, so I think this makes sense for you. How are we going to frame this for Anella? Okay, so right now, in terms of the way you're feeling, in terms of your current environment, meadow, vulnerability, and you know how I talked about making these changes for yourself and like building up your toolkit and preparing yourself to do the things that you're not comfortable with? When meadow and vulnerability shows up, it really is talking about you not being comfortable in the existing environment and almost like other energies coming in to change the situation that force you to change and adapt to the situation. But if you think about this card and look at this beautiful setting here, if a big gust of wind were to blow by, all of the little flowers will go like this. Any dead leaves and petals are going to fly up into the air and whirl around, but when the wind stops blowing, they're gonna fall down and all land in a different place from where they started, right? So I think what this card is really talking about for you is you need to go with the flow. There are changes that are gonna happen for you and you're calling them to you, but you're the one that when these changes arrive and these new energies arrive that make you feel nervous, you're the one that has to kind of ride that wave and know that, okay, this is why I'm here. I'm here because I'm supposed to be challenging myself. I'm going to be scared. I'm going to be wondering, is this the right thing for me? Yes, it is, okay? Because at the end of the day, it's about growth. And no amount of positive change comes without any amount of little hurt and discomfort and awkwardness sometimes. When you try those new things, you're not going to be perfect. But the important thing is you're trying, you're making yourself vulnerable. And because you're putting yourself out there, you're the one that's going to come out smiling, my friend. Keep going. Hope this makes sense. Okay. All right, let me take a look. Okay. No problem, Jen. You can just reach out to me. Okay. Janaea. Hey, lady. Okay. All right. What about Janaea? Okay. Okay. I read your question. My logical brain says one thing, okay? But I feel your excitement and your anxiety all at the same time, all right? So let's just get right to the bottom of it, okay? Based on current situation, current energies between the two, okay? All right, Janaea. Here, 3. Whoa, okay. So cards flipping out again. I'm just gonna leave this right here because I think that's coming up for you here. 2, yes, yes, okay. So, all right. So when it's coming to you and moving into this phase and exploring this phase of this other person, okay, this is kind of how you're showing up. Island and solitude, okay? And you know how there was this card that jumped out? Wolf and instinct. Do you see a similarity here in these cards? Maybe, maybe not. We got something standing out there all by themselves. This one, and this is showing up for you in the past where this situation is concerned. So what you're kind of bringing to the table. Leaving yourself kind of out there, because if I'm out there, meaning away from others, because normally wolves run with a pack, but not this one, right? You were distancing yourself, okay? And I feel that you were distancing yourself before as like protection mode, okay? That makes sense? Now that you are in the situation that you're starting a new chapter, yes, you're looking at the past, but you're not really moving forward with confidence. But the difference with that wolf and instinct card where you're concerned and this card here, let's take a close look, okay? Because I know the card looks gloomy and all this kind of stuff, but the tree, isn't it in full bloom? Yeah, it is. And purple, the color of our crown chakra, you have energies. You're connecting to your own energies and understanding as well. Even though it's kind of dark here, there's still growth on this island where you're secluding yourself, right? You're still being lit by the light though, right? So what this says to you is even though you're kind of nervous and scared, you're still being guided by the light. And my friend, you're in full bloom. You have all the skills, knowledge, and ability you need. You can stand just fine on your own. You don't have to kind of hide back in the dark anymore. Don't worry about that. Girl, step out into the light and enjoy, okay? Now, does that mean necessarily that everything's going to come out sunshine and roses? We're going to see in the cards, okay? But this is a very big step, and I think that this is so important, and the reason why I'm focusing on this is if you don't rise to the occasion, you might not get to see what's behind that curtain, right? Right. So, that's you. What about them? Childhood and innocence, lovely card. Right now, they're just trying to figure out, let's just spend time together. Let's just be happy. Let's just be together. Think about children in this picture. Their biggest problem is when supper and what's it gonna be. They're not worried about anything else. They're just trying to have fun together. That's his eyes and his heart looking at you right now. Just wants to have fun, my friend. You don't have to hide, okay? What do you want? Oh, okay. So, don't be scared by this, but this makes sense to me. Volcano and volatility. It's almost like if this person were to bring some drama in your life, it would be your perfect excuse to exit, right? So let's remember childhood, innocence. This is what this person is bringing to the table. You don't have to bring anything else. You don't have to defend yourself. Does it mean we go full steam? No, we don't, but you got it going on. You're a smart girl, you know. Okay? You don't have to look for trouble. Because, girl, when you look for trouble, you can find it, right? All right. What do they want? They've made changes in their lives. They're trying to bring good things into their life. They're also holding space for you, right? They may not be perfect either. Where are we at right now? Everything feels good though, doesn't it? And that's why you have so many problems in terms of sorting this out. Everything feels good, but is it better just to play it safe and stay by myself and then I won't get hurt? What do you want? Where would you take things if you really had control and if you weren't scared? I'd move forward, but river and movement says I'm almost there. You have to stop being afraid to look around the corner and see what's here for you. Your feelings are telling you the light is shining again, right? Follow the light, right? Follow the light, but you're not going around the corner to really give it a fair shake, okay? What about them? They're ready. Full moon and completion. They've done all that work. Remember the work that we were talking about that they've done? They've done all that work. They're ready to move on. They're ready to take things seriously. And I feel that this means serious intentions, my friend, okay? I feel that there's trust that you can do here. Our current environment, Gaia and nurturing. It's about bringing love in, it's about trusting, and it's allowing yourself to be nurtured and loved. How's this gonna work out? DNA and karma. Okay, so this is a very, very important message for you, okay? So this is where you're coming from. Wolf and instinct and kind of blocking things out. DNA and karma says to you, you were going one way in life and you thought you were starting here and you were going to end here and that you knew all the steps to success in between those two. But now that you've kind of come to a fork in the road and things didn't go quite as you thought, you're like, I don't know if I should take another chance. I don't know if I should go off the beaten path because if I stay in this direction, I'm just going to be safe. But are you changing? Are you learning? Are you doing anything different? See the snakes? It's not a bad message. Snakes are always a really, really good message. It's saying positive change and transformation. You know how I said at the beginning, if you're not the person who's willing to kind of come out of the dark and move forward, you're not going to make yourself available for these changes and opportunities? This is saying it right at the end, my friend. It is all up to you on what happens. If you don't give it a chance, you may never, ever see the good things to come. Don't be afraid to create a new version of yourself. Okay? Does that make sense? Hope that helps. Gives you a little bit of strength. Okay. Tina. Okay. What do we need to know for Tina? Okay. I feel like you're being pulled in a couple directions here. All right. I don't know if people are trying to make you pick sides or if you're being spread too thin, but I'm definitely seeing that there's a pull like from here and from here, and you're just in the middle going, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Okay. So what does Tina do? Okay, I don't know if this makes sense to you in this situation, okay? But what I heard is female, okay? So I don't know if this is like a male-female thing, but I feel like if, let's just say if the female's here and male's here, I feel like we gotta lean with the female, okay? I don't know if that makes sense to you, but I'm gonna pull a message for you anyways, okay? And I feel, you know, we'll see what the cards say, but I feel like the message for you is you already know what the right thing is to do and that you've already kind of made the decision. I feel like you've kind of got a plan in place, and I feel that this plan is the right thing for you to do, but you're doubting yourself, and because you can't please everybody in the scenario, it's really making you pull back a little bit, okay? Tina. Okay. What else? Okay. So this might be kind of indirect because I know what you're asking, okay? But a couple things show up. Vegan and vegetarian. So be careful about what you're putting into your body. This card doesn't say you have to be a vegan or a vegetarian or anything like that. But what it's saying right now in terms of your life force, if you put natural things in your body that have life force, then you're going to enrich your own life, enrich your own body, and give yourself the energy you need to help get through this, okay? Fresh organic fruits and vegetables give you a high life force energy that elevate your spiritual frequency. So if you're looking for a way to help yourself where you feel like you can't help yourself in other ways, eat clean, my friend, okay? Now, so another message that is kind of supportive in the same way, singing and dancing, okay? Enough with the stress. It's really, really hard. You do need to take breaks and have some fun, or you're just gonna burn out, my friend. And because you're assisting others here, you have to remember that you need some time as well, okay? And when you ask for a message of strength, boy, did you get a message of strength. Archangel Michael, he's the big guy, okay? So literally when this card shows up, you call on Archangel Michael, okay? So when you're in those moments where you're confused and upset, he's the angel that comes by and kind of pulls your shoulders back and straightens up your spine and puts his sword and shield in front of you and says, I got this, okay? So you are free to just stand tall because you have kindness, you have protection, okay? You have Archangel Michael by your side, my friend, okay? You are okay, but to get through this, you have to start knowing that you already made the right decision. Stick with some of your plans, okay? And do things to help reduce the stress for you. Be healthy. Do things with your body to keep your body clean and fresh and full of vibe, and then do fun things, okay? I know it's been really hard too, okay? So that's why even more you need to take a break, okay? Cheryl. Okay. Cheryl's son. Where your son is concerned, he feels a little lost to to me. I'm seeing images, like, you know, if somebody was walking up like a winding path. I feel like that's what he's doing here, but there's not a lot of positive surroundings around him. I don't know if this is like a school environment or like this work environment, but I feel like it's a school environment for him. And I feel like when he's walking through that, he doesn't feel like he can be himself. I don't know if he doesn't have any allies or if he doesn't have anybody that he connects to, if there's been a move recently or a shift in some way where he doesn't have the support system that he used to have. But I feel like he doesn't feel like he's comfortable in his own skin and in his own surroundings right now. What do we need to do to help our son? Okay, some of the things that I think we need to do to help, does that make sense? Some of the things that I think you need to do, okay? When you guys are at home, I feel that there's other things that need to be done outside the house, and it's going to be hard to do that because everyone's schedule is crazy and busy, and you know, shifts are all over the place. But I feel like if he had some sort of outside activity that he likes to do, whatever that is, you know, it could be basketball, it could be whatever it is, he can go to community centers, you can do family things together. But I feel like he needs to go into environment to have fun, because he spends a lot of his environment, or like a lot of time in his environment, in an area that isn't friendly for him, and it's just pulling him down and making him feel awful about himself, okay? I also understand that he's not very motivated right now to do a lot of things. I think he's really keeping to himself even in the home in some ways. He feels like it's almost like he's putting the dark cloud on top of his head, okay? Because it's almost like it's really hard for him to shake it, all right? So we really do need to kind of stay on top of him. I feel like he's okay, but I feel like we kind of need to stay on top of him on a regular basis to help keep his vibration up, okay? Sorry. I hope that helps. Let me see. What about? Okay. So, books, a message of books. So, activities. Now, this is talking about, you would say in a face value kind of way of writing spiritual books and stuff like that, but I don't think that that's what it's about. I think it's kind of, and study, but I think it's also about, distraction from the other stuff that's around, which is kind of supporting what we're talking about, okay? Okay, I've got 5 on a tarot. Hey, thank you for coming. Okay. Any messages? Okay. Okay. Why are you beating yourself up? Okay? There's a lot going on, okay? There's only so much you can do. Right? There's only so much you can do. There's all of this craziness going on around you, okay? This is going to sound similar to what I said for somebody else just a short time ago, but it's applicable to you too, okay? Excuse me. You've made all your decisions. You've done all your planning. You've weighed all your options. You've made the best plan possible that you can make. And now that everything's kind of, circling around and really buzzing around you right now, it's like, I almost feel like you're, like firefighting, or like, that whack-a-mole game, right? Where the moles kind of pop up and you're like, boom, 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 all these little problems coming, or all these little things shooting up, and you're just like, ugh, I don't want to deal with you anymore. I'm done. Get out of here. Hang on there. You're doing good. You are almost there, okay? Remember, you've prepared for this. You've planned for this. Everything is in motion. There's going to be things that show up, okay? But let it be. You're going to have to be like a duck, right? Let that water go off your back. I don't feel like there's anything for you to really be concerned here. There's no real concern. What there is a lot of emotional elevation with regards to all of these activities going on, and it makes you feel out of control. You don't normally have this much on your plate right now, and now that you do, and you're responsible for other things, it's like, ooh, we better get this right. Ooh, this better be on the money. You can't have it perfect always, and my friend, If you try to make it perfect, always, it's not gonna fly the way you want. Think about what your goals are at the end of the day, to kind of let everything ride out nicely the way it's supposed to. Why? Because you've planned for this. You've done the work already. Walk forward and enjoy the red carpet you've put out for yourself. Okay? Hope that makes sense. Okay. Yes, of course, Lori. Of course. Okay. What about Lori? Who can come and help her right now? What aspects and qualities do we need to embody, and who can we call on for assistance here? Okay, Buffalo. So the way I'm going to look at this for you, Lori, okay? So I feel heaviness on my chest, and I feel like I want to cough. Because I feel like that, I feel like there's some stuff that you have been holding on to and not speaking about. You know, maybe you've been holding some emotions in, or there's some problems that's going on that you haven't really talked about with lots of people. That's fine. You don't have to talk about it with anyone. But when it shows up like that, that's what I feel like they're trying to tell me is going on your plate here, okay? So what the question I asked with regards to you is, who needs to come forward for you? What energies do you really need to embody and call upon? And I got Buffalo medicine for you, okay? Buffalo sits, for me on the medicine wheel, sits in the north direction. So this is all about the power of the mind, okay? And what we need to do with our mind concerning this situation, okay? Buffalo very much is complete as is, okay? Buffalo is the energy that is very, very spiritual, like in terms of highest good type energy, and especially, you know, the legend of like the white buffalo. I'm not even going to go into it or anything like that. So what they're saying for you here, you really, because of all of this heaviness going on and stuff like that, I don't know if now is the time to bring everything out, but it's coming to the point. I think that you need to, I want to say, because you know your ground and you know the situation so well, I think that it's safe for you to lean on others if you need to do it, okay? But I think this is really pointing to a lot of spiritual answers for you in terms of going within. And when we talk about the north direction, we're also talking about wisdom, knowledge, what we already know to be true. So because Buffalo is showing up, and this is such a pure message, it's really telling you that if you go within and ask, you're gonna get all the validation you need. In fact, you already know, okay? And this is a very, very strong card. Your position is very good. You don't have to answer to anybody, okay? You are well within your rights to hold your position and where you're at. But if you do feel like you need to speak to a couple just to, you know, give yourself some little support here and there, go ahead and do it. But you're whole, you're complete, okay? Keep this inner wisdom, keep focused on the inner wisdom, and ask the questions inwards when you need some more direction, okay? And you'll get it. Okay. All right, let's see, anyone else have any more questions? Sherry, of course. All right, let me see. Sherry. Okay. I feel like the subject that we need to kind of talk about with you is house and home type stuff. So, house and home and bringing, okay, I want to feel like we're bringing peace, but we're also bringing activity into the home at the same time for you, Sherry, okay? What do we need to know for Sherry? Okay, let me see what I can get for you here. All right. Let's do the Earth Oracle for you, okay? Okay, I feel like you're really trying to attract some new energies to your situation here. Bring in the fresh and new, okay? You're calling it to you already, okay? How's this gonna work out for Sherry? Okay, So you, like I said, you've already been calling it to you. You've already been kind of working in the direction that you want to go. Wind and activation, Pat. This is showing up in the past for you, okay? So what this means for you, you already hit the go button. You've already turned the wheels and things are moving in a good direction, okay? Where are we at right now? Good, full moon and completion. So a lot of the things that you wanted to get off your plate and move forward with, the buttons that you've been pushing to go, you've seen some action, you've seen some stuff already come to fruition, and you've been able to let go some of the stuff in the past that you were trying to. You're having success. Awesome. Okay, what's coming down the line? Good. All right. You know how I said we're bringing new energies into ourselves? We're livening some stuff up. I do think the house and the home and even some career type stuff is involved in this as well. But what they're saying that you can look forward to, Gaia, nurturing. You're going to have a little bit of a break coming up for you, my friend. Okay, so take advantage. I feel like things are going to be, like, you know how you started this stuff, but there is going to be a little bit of a slowdown. Take advantage, get your breather, but this is also about congratulating yourself and allowing yourself to kind of look back at what you've done and say, good job. Wow. And it's almost like you're setting yourself up. All of these things that you're preparing and like the energies that you're calling in for yourself, this isn't a temporary thing. This is going to be something that's lasting and supportive for you, and it's showing up, okay? I hope that makes sense. Okay, let me see if there's just a couple more questions I can ask my friends. Okay, hi there. Okay. Glowing with oils, of course, my friend. What do we need to know here? So let's talk about relationships on the home front for you, okay? Glowing with oils. I want to say, okay, I want to put my elbows up. I feel like everybody needs a little bit of wiggle room here, okay? Not everybody is on the same page right now, and people need a little bit of space, okay? I think it's wise for people to get their space right now. I don't think it's people taking their space because, like, you know, anyone's fleeing or exiting the situation or nothing like that, but I think that you need to take some space, and I think this other individual does as well, okay? Things are not... We need to sort some things out, okay? I feel like there's a little bit of an elephant in the room here in some ways, if you know what I mean. Like, we've been thinking about this situation for some time already, and there's been times that you've wanted to talk about it and you haven't really gone there, okay? Does that make sense? Let me know. Glowing with oils. Okay, the words I just hear is lead the way, okay? And what that means to me is you are the one who's in charge here, and you're also the one that gets to choose what happens. You have to talk. You have to say what's on your mind, because if you don't say what's on your mind, you're not going to get to where you want to be. It hasn't happened yet. What I mean by that is because you've been holding back in this elephant in the room, maybe you're not being totally honest with what you want to see changed, or to the degree of what you want to see changed, okay? If you're not going to push the envelope, you're not going to see a change, all right? And I feel like that's why there hasn't been a lot of changes so far, okay? So, if we speak and if we take more charge of the situation and bring our ideas, thoughts, and emotions out to the forefront here, what's going to happen? What are we going to see happen? All right. Yep. Okay. Okay. So, I'm going to, okay, give me 2 more cards for this, please, because I want a little bit more direction here, and I want, please give us some directional advice on what actions we do ourselves. Okay, so where we're coming from you, like I said, you've been thinking about this desert and vision quest, thinking about what do I really need and what's the purpose of all of this. You're in the moment of kind of looking at things and releasing, letting things go. You're really like, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to, okay? You want to make changes, right? Because if you think about autumn and release, letting go of that stuff so we can have more growth, you want to make the changes, but you're really not at the point where you're pushing it, right? And then it tells me, because you're not really pushing, what's going to happen, fog, veiled, I don't know, it's kind of up in the air a little bit because there isn't a lot of direction from you at the same time, okay? Full moon and completion, it's saying, windows can be closing if you don't want to wait to speak and take advantage of the energy that's showing up. So again, wind activation, you have to hit the go button. You have to be the person that says, okay, I'm going to deal with this. It might be uncomfortable, but I'm going to deal with it. And then if you do, rain and purification, you get the monkey off your back, okay? That doesn't mean things come to an end and you're burning everything up like a phoenix, okay? But what this means is there's things that we must get off the table and purify if we want to move forward happily and completely, okay? Does this make sense for you? Does that give you some direction and support? Okay. All right, my friends. Let me see. You're welcome, Mary. You're welcome, Teresa. Okay. Hi, Daniela. Okay. Miss Maria. Miss Maria, any good changes coming your way? Are there any good changes coming from Maria? Okay. I don't know if you're moving or if you're going on vacation or something like that. I see movement, like physical movement. This is like either you moving your house, planning on something. I don't know if you're away or something like that. I feel like these changes of what you want to see happen, I feel like they're going to happen, okay? I'm seeing a picture of a card that's in this deck and it's Dance and Celebration. And what that tells me is you've already won, okay? So, but it's a perspective thing, okay? It's like sometimes you kind of do all the hard work and you don't look at all of the stuff that you've kind of accumulated from your hard work. So take a look really at what's on your plate because you've done good stuff, okay? And again, I don't know if this physical move or vacation is showing up for you, but definitely let me know if you need more clarification on the physical move type stuff, all right? Okay. You're welcome, Mika. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me see if I can do one more. Maybe two if I have some time. Janie. Okay, Jane. Okay, I think we need to go here for Jane. So, Jane, before I do this, I just want to say, I don't know if you are connecting with emotion, but I feel like I don't know if you have heard the word empath or know what that means, but I feel like your empathic skills are starting to come online. Are you noticing that you're picking up other people's emotions? Are you noticing that if you're in a good mood and then you get around someone or you sit around somebody else for too long, suddenly you're in their bad mood, or you're, I feel that some of the emotional stuff that's been going on for you isn't all yours, okay? I feel like you're starting to pick up on some of those energies around, okay? So what maybe, if this makes sense to you and resonates with you, if you haven't figured out or learned or considered putting a white light around yourself, okay? Some people say it's a white light of protection. Yes, you could say it's a white light of protection. But what I would really say is it's you creating your own perimeter for what you will allow and what you won't allow, okay? Feeling a certain energy isn't necessarily a bad thing unless it's uncomfortable, but you also want things to be productive. So if you're trying to get through your life and you're tripping on negative energy, it's going to be difficult for you to move forward, okay? So if you need to put some perimeters up there so you're not feeling negative energy from others, then you're just going to have to do that, okay? All right. What about Jane? What does Jane need to know? Shield yourself. Okay, so I ask you to protect me, my loved ones, my vehicle, and my home with your powerful shield. Surround us in your purple light, which allows only pure love to penetrate. Please stay with me day and night and keep my loved ones safe. Now, don't think that this card means, oh my God, you're in danger. It's not. It's just a validation of what I'm already feeling, okay? So put that white light of protection up for yourself, set up the perimeters for what you will allow and not allow in your space, and then you will feel much better, okay? This should help. Anything else for Jane? New beginnings and a fresh start. So things have been crazy, right? You are not, okay, I talked at the beginning about, coming out of retrograde and everything. We're kind of on the down slope of some really crazy stuff that's been happening. And girl, you are getting your fresh start. So protect yourself in terms of that white light, know your perimeters, and move forward. Leave that stuff behind. You're going places. Okay, my friends? All right. I only have a minute left and I don't want to be cut off. So let me see if there's a really, really quick question for anybody. Okay, Shalane. Thank you, my friend. What I hear for you is walk the path calmly, one foot ahead of another. There's going to be these ups and downs, okay? I feel that there's been a lot of turmoil lately and a lot of things that are questioning your faith in some ways, okay? But what they're showing me is like walking on a tightrope for you, okay? I know that there's not a lot of wiggle room here, okay? Just keep going forward like you've been doing and you're gonna be okay, all right? Okay. Thank you so much, my friends. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, and I hope to do it again very soon. Namaste.